Hello, a warm welcome here today to Conny Decorates. And of course with heart, with the right mum for Easter. Exactly. And this is our first door decoration. Exactly, very Easter-like, a bunny girl. Here with flower wreaths, a bit of decoration, also in the ears, my dears. And really with completely natural materials that you can even find by the roadside. My dears, and if you want to know how this bunny girl works, stay tuned because we're going to show you now. And these are the things we need today for our bunny head. I'll just say it like that. And we'll start right away. This is here. The branches, I got them again from our street. Then in our front yard, I personally find the winter heath beautiful. We really have it in bushes. And I find it so beautiful, and it's always super decorative. Then I have the coxair willow here. This is the Japanese dragon willow, and it can be bent wonderfully. You can make really great shapes with it. And I have that today as well. Then, as always, I have a bit of hay. Then binding wire with paper wrapping. I have regular binding wire, and that's it. And I would say, let's get started. The Japanese dragon willow is so beautiful because it really is wonderfully flexible. Actually, I have another idea for it, but you can now wonderfully use it as a base. If you have a clothes hanger, you can of course bend it into a round shape. But you can also, like here, use a bamboo circle or whatever you have. You can of course make a little head out of it wonderfully. But now I'm taking our Japanese dragon willow. The diameter was a bit too small for me, so I practically inserted a second one here and, yes, twisted it around a few times. And now I actually have a pretty good diameter for the little head. Now I take the binding wire, the regular one, and go around both of them. And then it holds wonderfully. I secure it and, yes, twist it tight here again, cut off the excess. Then I take the birch twigs, place them here, and now go around here with my wire, and then you have a wonderful base. I also leave the branches on. I just tuck them in here a little bit, inside. And then I take the next birch twig, place it on, and we'll now cover it completely with that. Now I do a bit with the smaller twigs here. The next branch in, go around here again. And now I keep tucking the birch twigs in here and wrap them around the Japanese spirea. Now we've wrapped it around once, all completely without wire, which is really great, and it has a wonderful fullness. Now I take the corkscrew willow again and tuck it in and wrap it around once more. When we wrap it around here again, then we have it here once more. Like this. I find a completely different natural tone quite nice. Instead of just birch twigs. And I simply tuck them in here again. Now we swirl them around. Then I have the binding wire here, which I had left on, and now I go completely around the entire wreath. You can now, in a truly wonderful and delightful way, incorporate the small twigs that stick out a bit or spring inward in a very creative and artistic manner. Then you already have the base here, which is the basket. Now we have this whole thing finished. This is also a great base for later. You can also use it wonderfully later for spring and summer decorations. And everything that hasn't quite gone into the wire wreath, you can now take care of that here. Just cut it off once more. And then we have the basic structure. I'm now cutting my wire here. Now I've taken the first one again and I'm just looking at the proportions. When you make the ears, if I just completely nod here and connect them at the top, how it harmonizes together. And I think it fits quite well, Micha, doesn't it? Yes, perfect. That means we don't need to adjust anything. We can now really fix the ears together at the top. And that's what I'll do. And I would very much like to use the wire with the paper wrapping for that. Specifically the light ones, the light tone. And here I simply cut off a longer piece. I secure it at the top, then go around a few times. I cut off a bit too little. I'll just do it here by tying it once. I actually wanted to make a bow at the top right now. Then we have a little decorative finish here. And that's why I simply took off a second one. And now go all the way around with it again. We pull it nice and tight, make a knot. Of course, you can also use gift ribbon or anything you have in terms of ribbons or threads. You can wonderfully incorporate it decoratively here. I've changed my mind now. I just undid the bow again. I've simply taken a small bunch of heather here because I'd like to incorporate it at the top, as I think a splash of colour up in the ears can certainly be included. And it fits wonderfully here now. And now, as I said, I take this here. The second piece, make a knot here and create a bow. You can also use beautiful jute ribbon or felt ribbon. And I would simply lay it over the top here. And then it's done. This thick branch or this thick stick up here, I'll cut it off. It's just a bit too much for me. And the small ones up here, I would also like to just trim them a bit. And here, it's also spreading out a bit too much for me. So now I'll just wrap the wire around here once and we'll secure it here. Then place. Silhouette, perfect. And now I'm going all the way down here with the wire practically to the lower part of the little ear. And I can now automatically place it close to my little head and secure it together. Now I go around here with the wrapping wire and go around both edges a few times to secure it. Now I've taken the remaining branches from the mountain and I'm making my second little ear here. And I've just left the wire attached there for now. I still have a leftover from the other roll here and I'm doing the same with it now. It's a bit more complicated here, a lot jumps out, but that's okay. The important thing is that we have roughly the same size first. And I'm doing it now in such a way that I fix the wire here, now just like before, all the way around again, hence the paper wrapping. I'll do that in a moment, it's a bit more stubborn here, but no matter. We'll just go around here again. The gap has the diameter, it just about fits, matches the other little ear. And now I'm going down here again with the wrapping wire, leaving a small gap here, placing it right next to each other. And now I'm securing it to the wreath here as well. Here too, I'm cutting everything off at the top first. I'm making the other wire here, going around a few times again, taking my heather, placing it once, and tying it securely at the top here. I take the roll here, now weigh it again sideways on the wreath, I would say about halfway up. And now I take my hay that I have. I always find it very, very beautiful, especially now during Easter time. And I place it here about halfway up and now go around it very loosely with the wire. I do this all the way to the top. And this is a little bunny girl. It gets golden hair here. And yes, the hay or straw, or whatever you have, you can now really place it loosely here and fix it completely here. I find it quite nice because then the bunny's head gets a really beautiful fullness. And yes, a really great naturalness comes through the little ear. It seems too late. Love is strong, but some things you don't want to pass on. So, having arrived on the other side, I'm going to go up a little bit here again. And now the girl, or our bunny girl, can have a small flower crown, I thought. incorporated up here. Just like with the heather up here, we have a bit of ear decoration, and now she's getting a small flower crown. And now I'm cutting out a few tufts from my heather again. Then I go around with the wire over to the other side and fix it here now. I really like it here with this little flower crown. It's really totally beautiful. You can really incorporate anything, even what you have, even if you have wonderful dried plants or artificial plants, so it lasts longer. But as I said, the heather dries also wonderful and lasts super, super long. And yes, I'm now at the end. I'm practically here on the other side, almost the same. And now I take a little bunch here and place it completely differently, so we have a really nice finish here as well. With the heather, I go underneath now. With the wire, we now fix the rest again, pull it a bit tight, and we're done. Our bunny girl is finished. I like it super, super much. Here, I'll cut a little bit off. A ribbon goes around here, and then I think it will be a really beautiful door wreath for our door. Right, Micha?
I think so too.
Fits for Easter. So therefore, and of course we really hope that we could inspire you today with this bunny girl. Then we are, of course, happy about the thumbs up. Feel free to show us on Pinterest, Facebook and Instagram. There are always little stories and posts coming up. Dear ones, we will be there with and for you again in the coming days. Naturally decorating for Easter, so now during the Easter season. And we are happy that you are joining us again. Feel warmly hugged. Feel embraced. You're Conny and...
You're Micha, your cameraman.
Exactly. See you then, dear ones. Goodbye.